nobody is happy when there are problems anywhere, not only in the northern region. And we at Northerners, we are ourselves worried. Mr. Chairman, fortunately, the traditional authorities, most of our revered chiefs are here to give me moral support, and they are listening to whatever I am saying. Mr. Chairman, you would have heard me repeatedly talking of liaising with traditional authorities. I will revive, or I will ensure that all the dissects at the district level function more effectively, and RESEC will function more effectively, and ensure that we take our security issues very, 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 very serious, and deal with, and also ensure that our chiefs, we will have periodic meetings with them. Whatever that are the causes for the chieftaincy problems, they should also relook at it, so that we are not tagged as a region that is always fighting, because there are root causes. So they should relook at it, so that we don't have chieftaincy problems again. That is what I can say.
Thank you very much. Any further question?
No, I asked of tribal clashes too.
So is that your second question?
No,
Tribal clashes?
No, I asked of chieftaincy crisis and tribal clashes, yes.
Yes, he mentioned DISEC and RESEC, that he will liaise with them in solving those questions.
Specifically,
Honorable members, it is not the answer that you want the nominee to give that the nominee will give. So we take his answer for your questions asked. If you have a further question, proceed to ask.
Thank you. Honorable Mr. Chairman, Honorable Alasan Uman asked a generic question on water, but water is life. And we all know that in the northern region, it's a big issue. Specifically, I want him to assure, to give a specific roadmap as to how he plans to give every household water in the northern region. Nominee, when approved.
Honorable member, the nominee before you is not even approved as the minister, regional minister for Northern Region. Here we are before his approval. We are asking him to give timeline.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, he's coming for an interview and he's well prepared to answer. I believe that he's well prepared to answer. My good brother, he's my brother. Water is life. I keep saying it. We will approve him, of course.
Honorable member,
do you have any plans?
Honorable member, approval is a process. This is vetting. After vetting, before we get to approval table, your assumption is that he will be approved. So based on that assumption, you are asking your question. Put yourself in his position that if you are in the process of being vetted to occupy a position, and you are not the sector minister per se, you have to work in collaboration of a minister responsible for water resources who is yet to be vetted, and you are asking him to give timeline. But well, I would pose the question to the nominee.
Thank you.
Honorable nominee, your answer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, what I would say is that I have not yet been given the nod yet. And so if I am given the nod, I will work closely with the minister responsible for water resources so that I can get a fair share to my region. Thank you very much.
I'll give the floor to Deputy Whip and the ranking member.
Chairman, congratulations. NDC Regional Chairman, congratulations. That is awesome. Chairman, my first question. Have you ever said that the MPP government fan of cutting sword for projects without funding? Have you ever said that anyway?
Mr. Chairman, yes.
So, can you give us examples of some of the projects that you think that the MPP government cut short for without funding?
Mr. Chairman, the Yendi water project, a sword was cut. And as I talk to you, Mr. Chairman, with all due respect, nothing is happening. Mr. Chairman, the Savulgo Walwali Road. Mr. Chairman, Kwalugu Dam. Mr. Chairman, let me leave it here. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman. Question. Chairman, I want to put it to the nominee that what the answer you've just provided is inaccurate. The Yendi water project was approved by Parliament. It came to Parliament and we approved it. And then, Ataisa and Nanton, you are new in this house. When it was approved, you were not members of Parliament. So please allow me to make my point. The Yendi water project is an Indian Exim Bank facility, of which I can tell you that $10 million was given to the contractor. So, Chairman, when you say that there are projects that sort was cut for without funding, I disagree with you. I've read the article, and I think that it is not accurate. No, he said there was no funding. That's what he said.
The Chairman, I didn't say there was no funding. All I said is that work was not done. Thank you very much.
Chairman, my initial question to you was that have you ever said anywhere that the MPP government cut short for a project without funding? And you said yes. Because I have an article attributed to you here from Joy. And then the article is to the effect. So that's why I wanted to establish, because you know nowadays, Joy is a very credible media house. So I want, when they attribute such a story to you, I need to establish whether you have said that before I will then come into that. So he said that the heading is that MPP has penchant for cutting short for project without funds. Northern Regional Chairman, NDC. And it is reported by Joy on the 21st of August, 2024. So did you say so or otherwise?
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, I'm yet to know whether that fund is really there. Because cutting sword means you are ready to start the project. And so if you cut sword without the commencement of the project, and Mr. Chairman, I'm still told that funds were ready. It's possible the funds might have been diverted or used for something else. I'm sorry to say that. Otherwise, if it is there and you have cut short for each project, why has the project not commenced? Thank you very much. For 2 years now.
Chairman, I think you should direct your nominee to withdraw the word funding being diverted. So for that matter,
perhaps. Mr. Chairman, I said perhaps.
Honourable members, order.
Evidence to that.
Honourable members, order. I have listened to the nominee. I intend not to give any direction. But I will give the floor to Honorable Patrick Boama.
Chairman, nominee, let's be honest with ourselves. The Yendi Water Project, I supervised the process in Parliament. Okay. Parliament approved of the facility. Preliminary works were done for the works to start. We hit a snag because of the debt exchange program and the restructuring going on. So the Indian facility was approved, number one. Secondly, the 10 million that was needed for those preliminary works were given, was released. Sword cutting, because of the funding being approved by the Indian Exim and the Parliament of Ghana, the president cut a sword. And I believe Yana was, the revered chief Yana, was even at the sword cutting ceremony. We all know how dear the project is to the people of Dagbon and Yendi. So if it's not been fully completed, it doesn't mean. You don't start a project when you haven't done the prelims. You have to understand. You have to go through your understanding of project being done is when everything has been fixed. No, you have to do the feasibility and the pre-feasibility and everything. It's part of it. You have to understand it. It's an engineering work.
Honorable Patrick Boama.
Come on.
Honorable members, we cannot dictate to the nominee the kind of answer to give. If I am sitting in his shoe, what is the starting of a project? You can do all the preliminary works, but if on the ground I have not seen anything being done, I will say that the project have not started. That is the ordinary meaning people give to starting of a project.
Chairman, this is not ordinary meaning. This is a technical meaning to job. And you give technical meanings to technical words. You can't say that.
So, Honorable
Chairman,
Habib, proceed with your question.
Chairman, I think you are now doing politics. A lawyer, as I know, it doesn't mean when you meet a lawyer with your case, drafting of your statement and other thing without filing the necessary documents in the court. It doesn't mean that the case hasn't started. So, Chairman, my other question to the nominee. Can you assure the good people of Northern Region that we will be safe in your hands, irrespective of your political affiliation, religious or chieftaincy? Can you assure us if we will be safe in your hands?
Mr. Chairman, you are very safe than ever, if you give me the nod.
Thank you. No, I'm thanking him for his answer. So proceed if you have.
The chairman of the committee, you know, he wants to protect you at all costs, nominee. But we will also have our say. Chairman, immediately the former flag bearer, our former Vice President, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, conceded to our current President, John Dramani Mahama. We realized that in the Northern region, there have been a lot of disturbances, attacking the Tamale Metro Assembly, attacking Savulugu, some other districts by party, alleged party affiliates. Chairman, what is your view on post-election violence, especially in the Northern region, that it happened and you are going to head when giving the nod?
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, this issue is not done by just one political party, and for that matter, NDC has won election. Most of these things, you see a lot of people from diverse political parties trying to do some of these things. Mr. Chairman, like I stated, security is one of the key areas that I will look at. And so most of these things will become a thing of the past. That is the assurance I can give you. It won't happen.
Thank you very much. Any further question?
Mr. Nominee, my next question is the one we were more or less trying to debate about. Water crisis in the northern region. The Yendi area, Tamale and its environment, extending to my constituency, Tolo. I can see the paramount chief of the Nyankpala traditional area seated among your invited guests. His traditional area, a lot of water crisis. What will you do to help solve the water problem in the northern region?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, His Excellency, the President of our Republic, John Dramani Mahama, made
corridor. There are some underneath tension from Myang, Yendi,